everyone. Welcome back to the Liverpool Girlies Podcast, a place where we welcome anyone who loves to obsess over Liverpool FC. My name is Annika, and I'm here with Stephanie and Molly Anne. We're three friends who share a love of Liverpool and dream of one day having a cup of coffee at the AXA Training Center coffee bar. Stephanie's away this week, so it is just me and Molly Anne today. Hello, Molly Anne. How are you doing?
I'm good. I feel like we've watched two of the same matches, which obviously we'll talk about today, but I got to watch both of the matches in Seattle because I'm back in the Pacific Northwest, which is very fun. First winter in my life that I'm going to live a real winter and not a winter in the South.
Yeah.
So, we're here. We're buckling in.
You're taking inspiration from Liverpool. You were like, let me also spend my winter in a place that's gray and rainy.
Exactly. So it's like the days where I'm like, could I live in Liverpool if I make it through this winter? Yeah, I could.
Yeah, you've got the grit for it. I always enjoy the fact that, to me, Seattle and Liverpool have similar hearts, similar weather. This morning we got out of the car to go to our pub and it was raining, and I was like, oh, I hope it's raining I made some comment about how it's raining at Anfield, and then I realized I actually don't live in Liverpool and I don't know what the weather is, and it was in fact not raining at Anfield, but for a brief moment,
well,
I forgot.
Cottage. So sorry.
Oh, wait, you're so right, in London. There it goes. And I actually think I said
not raining there either.
It wasn't raining anywhere but Seattle today.
Yeah. Continuing with some off the pitch moments this week. One, inside training. I just need to say how beautiful the opening shot was with the latte and the Liverbird coffee art. Anytime we get coffee bar content, I will always be grateful, and I felt like inside training did just that for us again this week. And then we also had a fun moment. I love the player portrait series that they do, and
So good.
This one I watched it at the gym. I'm walking on the treadmill. The end of it, I was literally laughing out loud, where I was like, people are gonna think I'm a psycho laughing on the treadmill because
this was such a good one.
Mo and Sobo were roasting these little kids, and they're just giving it back to them. It was everything. I loved watching it.
It was so funny. I was watching it while I was working on a puzzle, and I too kept stopping and laughing because I was like, I can't believe this is Dom is what, in his 20s, Mo is in his 30s, and they're like having beef with these 8-year-olds. It was so funny. I loved when they asked Dom if he could give any advice to the guy who he was painting with, and he was like, maybe stop painting, but like stick with football. Like, yeah. And then Mo gives like such earnest advice. He's like, tell your parents if you want something, if you want to make an impact in this world, you have to work hard every day. And Dom's just like,
maybe just stop while you're behind, kid. Like, I also loved that when they were asking Dom, they're like, you had such an incredible year, and he was like, I know, and I'm not getting married. I got married, but I'm not getting married again, so hope this one's better. And
yeah, I do love those series because they ask such earnest questions of the players, and they really get to, encourage them in some areas and ask them about their mentality with things. I think it's so interesting. It's kind of like art therapy, where they're working on something, and so you're able to talk more about like your feelings and like your experiences because you're also like doing a creative moment. Very interesting. Love some art therapy ex Liverpool collab. But I love they asked Dom like, okay, 30 years in the future, you're not a footballer anymore. I was like, oh, it's depressing. Okay. And then what are you doing with your free time? And Dom immediately goes, I don't know, you should ask Mo, he's closer to that.
I loved seeing their dynamic because we don't see, we see them together, but we don't really see them talking to each other
photos.
A lot.
Yeah.
And just like how cheeky and sarcastic they were with each other, but you could just see like they have a lot of love. Like that was their way of like showing love and support for each other. But it was so funny. So I highly recommend the watch. Great. And I just love that the little boys, like, when they saw Mo come in, at first they were like, oh my gosh. And it took like 45 seconds, and then they were just like, you're really bad at this. Like, I was like, could you imagine telling Mo solid to his face? Like, not impressed.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I liked when they were like, so Mo, you have to add hair.
Yeah.
Like, you have to add hair.
So I love those
But,
moments.
you know, per usual, they're keeping us entertained, giving us some laughs.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
Okay, so before we get into matches for the week, right now, ring in the new year, and
2026.
with the new year comes the January transfer window. Our first 2 seasons as Liverpool Girlies, transfer windows, I don't know if it was just a me thing or a Liverpool thing, seemed kind of like not a big deal, non-existent. Obviously, we know we signed so many signings in the preseason transfer window, but like January transfer window never really registered until this year, and I feel like we're back in it.
Yeah. I think when Mo was going through his moment and he mentioned something about maybe leaving in January, that sent a sense of fear through me that was like, oh, I never even considered that we could. I figured anyone who was making a move in January, we probably hadn't been seeing on the pitch much, which maybe is true at some level. But yeah, Mo does know where it hurts sometimes, and he does like to say something.
Yeah, he has a flair for the dramatics. It's okay. I will be really surprised if Mo goes during this January transfer window.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see.
Definitely.
We got 4 more weeks. We got till February 2nd. But we did have James Norris, who
Yes.
has been on loan, is a Liverpool player that's been on loan at Shelburne. So he's officially going to stay at Shelburne. Haven't seen much of James Norris. So when I saw this name pop up, I had to do a little Google and realized he's one of our, I lovingly refer to as babies that played in the Carabao Cup, Jurgen Klopp's final season. And that I think will just always be one of my favorite games.
So iconic.
It was just so fun, such a thrilling match. And like our first, like trophy as like Liverpool fans. So thank you, James, for such a wonderful moment. I'm sorry I didn't really remember you, but thank you.
And then we did hear about a new signing coming hopefully this summer from Austria, a center back in Duque. And that would be very exciting. It sounds like he's very tall, which we love some height.
Yeah, he's 6'5". I can't remember how tall Leonie is, but whenever he's back, I think
Leonie's, I think he's shorter than 6'5". Oh, no, he's 6'5".
Okay.
Exactly.
So that's the standard for our defensive line now, I suppose. But yeah, that'll be great. I wish he could come a little sooner once he's January, 18. I know, but that is okay. Something good to look forward to over the summer.
Yes, definitely. And then the only other thing is still kind of maybe a rumored switchover, and that would be for Joel Ordonez from, which club is he at right now? Bruges?
Bruges. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's a defender.
Yeah.
So interesting to see, like this summer we were seeing a lot of midfield striker changes. We obviously saw Leonie come to our team. And Kirkes as well. Wow, we just had so many changes.
I know. I don't know if you
I start talking about it and I'm like,
Max. I just saw like a blurb of an interview he gave where he was like,
I did.
Oh, we made a lot of changes. I'm not really going to say much about it. And I was like, that's good.
Actually, let's talk about Mac for a second because I'm feeling for him right now because I feel like maybe all of the transfers and all the change is kind of sinking in. He commented on our Sweet Darwin's Instagram earlier this week and said, "Never thought I'd say this, but I miss you, brother," I think.
Yeah.
And that made me laugh because I was like, was there Mac Darwin beef that we didn't know about? No, they're just silly boys.
Yeah.
But that was sweet. Yeah, it is a lot. It's a lot of change for sure.
Yeah. So we'll see. Potential mid-season change. I was trying to keep up this morning on Ordonez and kind of what was going to happen. And, I think we're in this stage right now where it's like, we're either one signature away from it happening or it's never going to happen. I think this summer's window just taught me not to get my hopes up, not to get too invested.
The number of times I was sure something was happening and then it didn't happen, or I was sure something wasn't happening and then it did happen, really just goes to show.
Yeah. And as always, the loss of Darwin Nunez has scarred me when it comes to transfers because I really thought maybe we'd get one more season. Darwin, if you're listening, we'll also take you back if you want to come back. Thank you. Please return to us. So,
Yeah. Darwin's incredible preseason into being a transfer was
really sad.
Yeah, that's really tough. But we move on to maybe more hopeful things. Our matches this week, I don't really know.
Okay, kind of in this like mid-transfer conversation, moving into these draws, very honestly kind of boring for the most part matches.
And different kind of draws. Like, it was just
so
strange.
Weird. I had this thought midweek of in like American football and maybe just American sports culture in general, we like have this, I don't know, phrase of the rebuilding year where like if you're not doing well, but you've had a lot of change, it kind of like buys you the year. And it's like not okay that you're losing, but it's how we justify it. And it's been really interesting watching Liverpool this year. And I mean, I think essentially what is happening is a rebuilding year, but that phrase and like that mindset just doesn't seem to be okay in European or Premier League football culture. And I think that's so interesting to me because I think if this was like in the United States, we'd be disappointed we weren't playing as well as we have the last few years, but we'd just be like chalk it up to a rebuilding year and kind of move on. And that's not our experience now.
It is so interesting because the stakes are so different in the different sports. In American football, in the NFL, I should say, if you do poorly for a season, you're getting better draft picks the next year. It's actually at some level, if you're not great, it's okay to be terrible because then at least if you're terrible, you can hopefully get some better players. That is not how it works in Premier League. If you're terrible, you're going down the leagues. Like, you know, there's no bailing Liverpool out if they're in the relegation zone. Like, so it is interesting because I think the threat is so intense in Premier League. You know, you can't process, oh, well, we're just going to be bad for a couple of years. Like, we're going to be out of the Champions League or the Europa, you know, all the competitions. There's a lot more, at stake at all times. So,
which I like.
Interesting, but
you don't, you don't want to phone it in, but I think it's just such an interesting difference in culture and approach between.
Yeah. I think there's something about it in us that we receive a year like this and we're like, okay, we're going to see what we get from it.
Yeah. Or like, I feel like I can tolerate it and kind of like swallow it a little bit more because it's like, we're going to figure it out. This is our year to learn. And it's like, oh, that's not the culture. That's not what we do.
Yeah. We also don't know the panic of our team being relegated. So I cannot imagine the trauma that would cause.
Mid-September, I was like, should I be worried? Are we going to get relegated?
I did Google at one point this season, has Liverpool ever been relegated?
So, I don't know. I guess it does instill some kind of fear in you that it's there.
It does. Definitely. But yes, interesting observations. And yeah, this week we had 2 draws. We played 2 matches very close together. We had a New Year's Day festive fixture, which I was very excited for. Day off of work, a nice later morning game. So the vibes were right. I think maybe our team was out a little late the night before. But actually, the first 20 minutes, I felt when we played Leeds on the first that we were pretty solid. I was excited. It felt like there was momentum. And then, past that point, I was a little bit like, okay.
Yeah, it just felt it was just like boring. I don't like, and I hate that descriptor, but I was just like, okay. Like what kept me in the game, what was exciting to watch was when we had Frimpong back and seeing his speed and just being reminded of that speed was really great to watch. I don't know if his headband came off at one moment on its own.
Yeah.
It appeared that he was running so fast that it flew off his head. That's what I like to think. Yeah.
Another interesting hair thing that happened during the Leeds match was that Dominic started the night with a headband on, and then at halftime, he switched to a half up, half down.
Yeah. So that tells you the excitement of the game. That, we're what we really have to take out of it was our headband hair moments, which we love. But
interesting that we've drawn with Leeds twice.
Yeah.
In such a short period of time. In two very different types of draws.
Yes, very different games.
I think it was our first goalless match we've ever watched.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. Which, to be honest, I hadn't experienced that before. I actually didn't find it as boring as I thought I would, because I did feel like, even though I could tell we were tired, even though not a lot was happening, I at least was seeing, like, some momentum, some, like, chances, if you will. And then it was the last 10, 20 minutes really tired. But clean sheet, speaking of which, Allison has now had, 100 clean sheets with Liverpool.
Yeah,
so
incredible. That's incredible.
Very, very incredible.
Yeah, and I think even more incredible that he almost gave Leeds an assist in that match, and he saved it. So, gotta say a save, kept a clean sheet.
Yeah, I saw someone say Allison was getting bored, so he just thought, what if?
The other thing that I thought was interesting to see, kind of the discourse post Leeds match, we did see Rio come in the last 10 minutes. Up until, I can't remember which game, one of the last games that Chiesa started, maybe Wolves. We just saw a lot of swirl around, like, why isn't he starting? He started, he's not bad, but he doesn't make the impact that I think everyone's really expecting him to make. And so I felt like the cheese needs to start, die down. Rio comes on for 10 minutes, and then what starts swirling? Why is it Rio starting? What a shame. He only gets 10 minutes. I'm like, wow, okay. So
that might be what he has capacity for.
Yeah, it's like, maybe we trust that. I don't know. It's just like, okay, now we've just moved on. I think I'm learning every week not to be so sensitive to online football culture. I really struggle with that. Talk about it every week. But it was just funny to watch the, like, Cheese needs to be starting. Oh, okay, he did. Maybe Slot was right. Rio plays 10 minutes and looks really good. Why isn't he starting?
Yeah.
So it's just funny. Like, there's always a thing. If you get what you want, it'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah. At the beginning of the season, Mo had done an interview about Rio, and he was like, yeah, he's great. He's learning a lot, but he has to work really hard, and he made that goal, but there's 100 other times where he didn't make that goal. So, yeah, it definitely was interesting. And then this might have been the quickest turnaround of Premier League.
Pretty fast. Yeah, pretty quick. And it honestly felt like we went straight from the Leeds game. It's like
I don't think they went home.
And the way we were playing was the same thing that started the Fulham game. I was like, are these two different matches?
It was so strange because the match started and I was like, I don't know if I've ever watched us play and then, like, are we just warming? Like, is this just warm up? Like,
I love that you were like, I feel like I'm watching Inside Training and we're doing like a practice drill.
Drills. It felt like drills.
Just pass.
Yeah. I was like, and to be fair, we saw the lineup this morning. Due to a little bit of a fitness injury, Ekitike was unavailable. Gakpo started. Chiesa and Rio were on the bench. And I think from the moment we saw that, like, I'm a huge Cody Gakpo fan. I understand that he does not traditionally play as a sole striker. I don't think he would probably advocate for the team to look like that.
Yeah.
Making do with what we got. And yeah, so that was interesting to see. So I had tempered expectations, I would say, going into it, of like, between the quick turnaround and the lack of availability for strikers.
Yeah, what's going to happen? I think even Liverpool social media, because they never put in the caption if somebody is not available. They just announce the lineup and they put Hugo Ekitike is out due to lack of fitness. It's like,
you imagine the comments if they had it.
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah. So that was definitely interesting. We had a lot of midfield on the team. it was interesting to try to figure out what positions people were playing. We watched the interview afterwards of Curtis Jones talking about playing, and it seemed he too was kind of wondering what position he was playing. So, I was just honestly at some point during that game, I thought that maybe it was going to be another goalless game for us. So, the fact that we ended up, well, it was a wild journey, but the fact that we ended up producing 2 goals did feel good to me. How was your experience watching it? What were you feeling as that game ticked along? As we conceded a goal at the 18th minute?
Yes. Well, and really in conceding a goal, our kind of pattern this season has been like, that's it. Pack it up. So it was nice. I can't even say to like see them fight back for it because it still just felt really, I mean, second half was an improvement, but still felt pretty flat.
I think for I don't think there was really much momentum in the first half at all.
Yeah. In the first half, we talked a lot about the sponsors. We were just like, oh, another sponsor popped up on the screen. Oh, so like, again, that tells you what was happening in the pub as we were watching this match. It was not...
There was not a lot going on.
Not much judged there. Then we had the goal from Wirtz, which so excited for him.
Oh my goodness.
I will say,
what a pleasant surprise.
If you were asking me if it was offside, I'd have to say
we say
yeah. But you know what? We are Liverpool for a reason, and today I'm gonna take it, baby.
We take it where we can. Thank you, VAR. Okay. Sometimes I'm cursing you, sometimes I'm thanking you.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So love that for Wirtz. Yeah, it was just such a weird game. I think I was glad to hear Curtis say, like, I'm not really sure what my position was, because watching it, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what the vision is. And I mean, I think that is one of the concerning things. It was just very blobby. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and then I think to go up and feel like we could walk out with the 3 points and with the win, I can't say I think it's what we deserved, but to have been so close and then drop it again was
yes. I do feel like after the Wirtz goal, I started to see some more like fight from all the players of at least trying. I mean, and it was like not like one person was having a terrible day and a bunch of other people were having a good day or anything like that. It just kind of was like
everyone seemed tired.
Was a little bit slow.
Everyone seemed like they had heavy legs. Yeah, like it really felt like the clock never stopped on the Leeds game for me. Like we just
I know. Really.
It just kept going.
But it was wild to me how I went from kind of bored to extremely stressed very quickly when Flo got the goal, because I was like, oh wait, okay. And honestly, if the game had ended there, if we had had a 1-1 draw with how we had played previously, I was going to be okay with that. I was like, you know what? We're going to take it. It's going to be just fine. And then 90th minute, got some stoppage time. What is it? 90-4. Miracle of all miracles. Cody Gakpo scores a goal.
He scores a goal and then curses himself and us by removing his
Cody. Cody. Do you remember last week what I said? Taking clothes off is out. It's out. You can't take your shirt off. So Cody rips off his shirt in celebration, and
yeah, I do think, to me in that moment, him responding that way just kind of shows, I think, his personal frustration and then just like the release of that by getting a goal.
Yeah.
So I understand. I think they've all been under a lot of pressure. We know that. We see that. I think Cody is kind of he's in that like ever evolving hot seat at the moment. So I do think it was just like okay, I've done it, but it's just it's a no for me.
I think it was funny because in the pub, that moment happens. Everyone erupts. People are standing up, high-fiving, running around. I look at Molly and she's just going.
No,
there was no celebration. There was no celebration on your face. It was immediately just like,
keep your shirt on. The only time to me that is okay is like we are in a Champions League final and it is we've gone up 6-0 and there's 30 seconds left on the clock and you score. You know, like, it just needs to be a for sure
like,
thing. Or the Tottenham
when a
game
player
when we won the league and like it got to the point where it's very
Yes.
clear we were gonna win. I don't know that I would say I'm
Yes.
still like pro taking your shirt off, but it's just more understandable. This just was not the
Or
moment.
Yeah. I even think when players have, like, a personal message they wanna share or something like that, you know, I don't always, like, "Yeah, this is your platform," but I get it. It's like there's a purpose,
Yeah.
and this time it just felt, unfortunately, like, distracting, and then
And then it was.
it proved to be distracting
Yeah.
because almost immediately conceded another goal, and the game ended level.
Yeah. Which I think, like you mentioned, halfway through the game, if it was like, hey, end in a draw, I would have been like, oh, yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
it. Just, it felt so disappointing
Mhm.
to have been like,
To
okay.
go up,
Yeah.
we live and die by that
We
stoppage
do.
time. I don't know what to say.
We do. So, I mean, great news is we're 9 matches without a loss. So we've put together a
True.
nice little string, 5 wins, 4 draws. Certainly not the end of the world, but to be
Mhm.
so close
Yeah.
and let it go
And I
is
will say
hard.
both goals that Fulham got were very pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
and like, especially that second one, there was nothing Allison.
No.
That was the
Honestly,
second
I feel
one.
like both of them.
Both of them. Yeah.
Allison was testing the boundaries a little bit last week and this
There was a
week.
moment that I was very grateful ended the way it ended, because I think it ended with Virgil kicking the ball over the goal to get it out.
Yeah. You know, we made it through.
First week of 2026 is complete, okay? It's definitely some different energy so far, but we can keep looking ahead. We do have another exciting match to look forward to this week. We're gonna be playing Arsenal.
But, you know, I think it's like those big moments we, knock on wood, tend to show up really well for the most part. Maybe not Man City this year. We didn't show up so well there. But, you know, historically, when it's a big game, we step up. It'll be great that Hugo got to rest this weekend and be ready for Arsenal.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. It's
I'm looking
always a
forward
fun
to it.
game. It's going to be a great game. It's just
I
a
just
big
hope
game.
Dom's doing his free kick drills this week.
Seriously.
Just keep practicing those, Dom, okay? We shall see how that turns out, but I am looking forward to it. Always an important match. We take our 2 points from this week, and we keep going.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world. But speaking of end of the world, as we were talking about the January transfer window, there was something very important that I failed to mention.
What?
And that would be my continued stance on justice for Harvey Elliott. Because Harvey Elliott moving to the MLS may be the end of the world. Dramatic, I know. But I didn't realize in his contract with Aston Villa, Liverpool doesn't have a recall clause. And I don't know why in my brain, I think I kind of thought they could just be like, it's January, give him back to us.
Bring him back.
I don't know if that's really what they want to do or not. It's just what I want. It's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, please, Aston Villa, please, Unai Emery, send him back to us. If nothing, we've talked about this before. It's the Harveys and the semicastes that I understand they're maybe not always in the starting lineup, but they understand the heart of this team so well. And when they show up, whether they're starting or they're coming off the bench, almost always make an impact. And so, I don't know. I don't know what Liverpool wants in this moment, but I want him back. So
just for moral support.
Yes,
okay?
like nothing, if nothing else, just I think he will bring like the energy and the like love for Liverpool and the fight for Liverpool that I think if you're looking at Leeds and Fulham, like we're just kind of missing that a little bit right now. Is like the fight for the badge that I think he brings.
Curtis brings that energy very consistently, and I do always want to give him credit for that. He is one of the first to always take accountability and to advocate for what Liverpool can be and to work really hard to try to make that a reality. And it takes a person who's able to inspire a whole team with confidence, with energy, and we need more of that, it seems. So, Harvey, we miss you. Did we ever see this coming, that we would be advocating for Harvey Elliott on almost a weekly basis? I don't think we ever saw this coming.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I just, again, as always, I have my Darwin Nunez blinders on. And so maybe that's what I needed, is I needed Darwin to move on so I can back my support with other players.
Oh, is it time to do our players of the week?
Let's do it.
I'd love to hear who's getting your shout out this week, Molly Anne.
Okay, so this week I have to go with Florian Wirtz. Getting his second goal, controversial or not, I think is great for him. Continues to build that confidence, continues to build momentum in what he's doing for the team. He continues to be so important in navigating our midfield. I think today against Fulham, it felt a little more gray, but I would say that is not a reflection of just Wirtz. I think just the midfield as a whole felt a little jumbled today. But I really enjoy seeing him continue to be more and more important in our team, in the midfield. More goals to come from Wirtz for sure.
Yes.
And I would also like to say it appears Florian Wirtz is slightly growing his hair out, which, I think it's part of our duty, has become part of our duty to keep a pulse on the hair status of the team. So I don't know. I don't think we were envisioning a headband moment for Florian Wirtz, but maybe it's the moment we didn't know we needed.
See it. I could see it. And I'd be here for it even.
Yeah.
Well, because best friends have to stay together, my player of the week is Jeremie Frimpong. Jeremie, he's just so fun to watch play, and he has fast legs. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When he came on today, I was like, run, 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 run. He's just such a joy. We always say it, but he had some great moments today. We're just grateful for Jeremie. Want him to stay in health.
Yeah.
His speed. His headband stayed on today.
So he needs to run faster. I need to see the headband.
Yeah, actually,
more.
In hindsight, headband should have flown off.
That's all for this week's episode. We'll be back here next week, but until then, you'll never walk alone.